Happy December 1st. It's the first day of Advent and is the first day of the last month of 2024. So you know what that means. Leader Sips is back for 24 cups of cheer and then some bonus sipping with the 12 days of Christmas. And this year we're going to do 12 teas of Christmas starting on Christmas Day. So hope you tune in. But let's talk about day one first.
Hi, I'm Carlin Holbrook. I'm a John Maxwell Team certified coach, teacher, trainer, speaker, published author, and influencer with more than 25 years of global leadership experience. If there's one thing I've seen firsthand time and time again, it's that the best leaders inspire others to follow their purpose and their passions, while the influence of a bad leader can literally tear down people's potential. Join me for a few sips of leadership tips that will help you become a better leader by first conquering the hardest person to lead, you.
So it's day one of the Advent season, and the theme of this week, there are 4 themes to Advent in the Christian liturgical calendar. Ooh, that's a big fancy word. I need another cup of coffee. This week's theme is hope, and it could not be a better theme for leaders, truly, because as John Maxwell says, leaders are dealers in hope. And why do I say that? Oh, it sounds so warm and fuzzy, Carlin. Oh, leadership is not warm and fuzzy. It's anything but. It is, that to me feels so like soft and so blah. And you guys know how I feel about soft skills. Leadership is not soft skills. People stuff are hard skills because people are complex. So I wish my Christmas miracle wish would be that the people in the world stop calling technical, procedural type things hard, and the people interpersonal, emotional intelligence side of things soft. That is my greatest wish. Can we be the change that we want to see in the world, right? Hope for a brighter future. There you go. But why hope is so critical for leaders is because inevitably there's always going to be tough stuff at work. There's always going to be tough stuff at school, in life, in everywhere. I think we often think that the world is the worst it's ever been right now. And frankly, I often feel like, well, okay, there's some pretty bad, wacky stuff, sure. But I think it's also our access to information. And so I think the access that we have to information is overwhelming. And it's easy to get hopeless. And it's easy to get depressed and easy to get down and easy to say, I just don't want to crawl out of bed every day because the world is hard and ugly and gross and just so many things. Oh, I just got Debbie Downer on here, didn't I? But see, I don't believe that that's our job as leaders. Our job as leaders is to show that there is hope for a brighter future, that we can be the person that makes a difference, to make sure that we're just taking on what we can control, not the weight of the world on our shoulders. Nobody's asking us to do that, nor is it even possible for us to do that. Hope is truly, foundationally, something that keeps humanity going, and you have to place your hope in something bigger than yourself, because otherwise the weight of the world does tend to start to try to jump on your shoulders, but you want to like kick it off, be like, nope, not my, and I don't want to say like not my problem, like I don't care and I'm apathetic. It's that I can't possibly change, billion people on the planet or billions of people on the planet. I can't possibly change what happens in everybody's lives because I don't have that kind of power to change people. People have got to want to change themselves. However, I can change me, and I can manage how I react, and I can manage how I act. And when you give people hope, it's ensuring people that there can be a brighter tomorrow if you want it to be. And personally too, I mean, this is the Advent season, and I do have hope that my hope lies in a greater belief that there is a God and there is someone looking out for us. It's people that screw things up, and people who make the bad decisions and ruin, frankly, create religion and ruin churches and do all that. I've often blamed God for people's actions, and it's like, wait a minute, no, that was people. That darn free will thing. People are inevitably going to let us down because we're humans, we're flawed, we're fallible. But my hope is in Jesus. My hope is in God. My hope is in a bigger picture of the world. And I think most of us realize that we aren't alone, but we don't want to admit that we're alone. Or I think sometimes the world makes us feel like we are alone and isolate us because there's so much comparison culture going on out there. It's like, well, if you don't have this, then you're an idiot. Or, you know, you got to have the fastest car and the best looking this, and you got to be as skinny as a model, and materialism, right? It's all over social media. And it's like the more we dig into that, but look at all the people who, when we look at them, they seem to have everything, but they really don't. And they're still miserable. They still commit suicide. They still have drug addictions. They still have bad stuff because we're all humans at the end of the day. And that stuff is shallow, and that stuff is not what matters, truly. So when you think about giving someone hope and being that impression, it's hope in them that they can do and be what they want to be, what's in their hearts and their desires to be. Giving people hope that they can learn whatever that job that they're in. They can grow. They can, give them the hope that if they want to be intentional with their growth, that you're there to help them. Give them the hope that if there's a dream, and it doesn't have to even have anything to do with your job. The Dream Manager Matthew Kelly book is phenomenal. It's like it's in the workplace parable, but it's about people have dreams that have nothing to do with their jobs, but it affects your job when you're chasing after your dreams of traveling, dreams of owning your own home, whatever that dream may be. It can be so many different things. So a leader is someone that helps them stay hopeful and gives them that kind of vision for the future, and that helps them keep marching forward, because if we have to keep marching forward, otherwise what is there? Can't stay stuck in the present, or even the past, especially the past, because we know better, right? When we know better, we do better. Thank you, Maya Angelou. All right, well, let's get into some sips about hope. So today's sips are actually going to be an acronym for the word hope that I made up, because why not? It's my podcast. I can do that. All right, so first sip, and I am going to take a sip of coffee because I hope the coffee wakes me up more. Just kidding. Sort of. All right, hope. H. Help someone see the vision. Again, leaders are dealers in hope, so you have to help people see the vision for your team, the company, see the vision for their life, help them figure out what does that look like so they see a vision. I'm not saying, where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you listen to my podcast, you know I hate that question more than anything in the world. Well, maybe not anything in the world, kind of dramatic, but hey, pretty much in my top 5, because nobody knows where they're going to be in 5 years. Nobody knows where they're going to be in 5 months, let alone 5 years. But you do need a vision for your life. You do need to have something on the horizon where you're shooting towards. And in a company, in a team, in a corporate or an organizational setting of any kind, or a school setting, doesn't matter, teacher, preacher, it doesn't matter what role you are. As a leader, you need to set a vision. You need to have a vision for your team, a vision for, or the vision of the company or the broader team that you can constantly point to give people hope. All right, second letter, O. O is for optimism, for a brighter future. Now, make no mistake, optimism is not like you plug your ears and go, la, 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 I don't see all the bad stuff. That's not it at all. Optimism is reality. It's not faux reality. Faux-ality? I just made up a word. Optimism just means that you, regardless of how bad it is and what you're going through, that you can find the good in situations, you can find the learning, you can find the growth, and that you believe, again, hope for a brighter day to come, a brighter future for tomorrow. All right, we're up to P. P is for pray. And I know everybody listening to this may not be praying people, and that's okay. But for me, this is powerful. Praying for wisdom in decision making, praying for patience, praying for understanding, and praying for just how you act day to day. And also prayers of gratitude. Being grateful totally changes your brain chemistry, changes your heart, makes it more hopeful, right? Because if you are grateful for the things that you have and the blessings that you have in your life, then you are going to be a more hopeful person that, even in spite of all of this, I can pray and be thankful and grateful for what I have. And then the last letter, E. E is for empathize and listen with understanding. So empathy, I do believe that empathy can become toxic if you over-empathize and don't encourage anybody to work and grow on certain aspects of themselves in their lives. Like for me, as a leader, it's about encouraging people. So, but you have to lead with empathy to really understand where someone is and what they're going through in order to be there for them, help them, guide them, resource them, support them, and give them hope. You can't just assume everybody's on the same mental playing field, if you will, or emotional playing field as you are or as other people are. So leading with empathy is important. So we have the acronym HOPE, for those of you taking notes: help, optimism, pray, empathize. Leaders, you need to be the light in the darkness, because it is what leaders are called to do. And sometimes the world can get dark. And what shines the light brighter than anything in this Advent season especially, are those candles in the darkness, is that hope and light. And I really do hope you lean into that this season, and hope that you also continue to tune in. I will be doing the Leader Sips again, and 24 days of coffee cheer, cups of cheer, and then 12 days of Christmas teas. Each day, just a little sip of a leadership tip that I do hope helps you all become better leaders. And you know that the hardest person to lead is ourselves, is me. And that's where things start, And I do want to say thank you so much to several of you reached out and asked, is Leader Sips coming back? The holiday content they look for. And that really, really warms my heart and makes me feel good. And I don't do it for broad numbers and, thousands and thousands of people or anything like that. I mean, I appreciate the people who are listening and learning. And I'm also very hopeful that it does help you all become lights in the darkness, because that is the hope, and the light of the world lives in our hearts. See you back on Leader Sips. Thank you for having a cup of coffee with me. For more sips and tips, connect with me on social and follow Leader Sips on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. And don't forget to visit my website, carlinholbrook.com. Until next time, keep on brewing.